And Noreen, could you move over,
Yep.
forward a little
Let's
bit?
see, I've got this. You're on YouTube Live.
Wonderful. Oh, great. Listen, I want to thank everyone for your patience. As you know, anytime that I do, my weekly show of preserving family ties, troubles with the technology, if not any, I'm sure more too. But I want to thank you all for being here today, and I'm delighted. Margaret Chris is from Worcester, Mass. Noreen's
Cases
from
in New
Boston.
Hampshire.
You heard it here. The case is New Hampshire. You know what? This program is really,
Erased mom.
it's really for you. And I think, Margaret, give a little synopsis of your experience and what and also your advocacy efforts.
Okay, my case originated in 2004 from domestic violence. My daughter was given to my abuser for $30,000 in attorney fees. I have been in custody litigation for 15 years. In 2017, he up and left like the thief in the night, and he did not notify the courts, myself, nor my former attorney, whom I fired, because my daughter was taken out of the state of New Hampshire to Indiana without any notice to the court, to myself or my former attorney, while she was on a $2,000 retainer. So what did she do for me? Absolutely nothing. My daughter's been gone since 2017. The only way I see her is in school pictures. I had to file a federal FERPA complaint in order to be involved in her education because her stepmother was forging her school and medical records as her biological mother. So now the only time I see her is once a year when I get a school picture. She's been gone from New Hampshire since 2017, and they seem to have a hard time enforcing their own laws regarding parental interference, perjury, and forgery. He's defaulted his last 3 court dates, and I've proven perjury, and they still refuse to enforce their own laws. So I have been shouting it from the rooftops and rattling cages and kicking doors because I want to exercise my parental rights. They've never been terminated. They're fully enforced in effect. I cannot exercise them when my daughter is multiple states away, being held captive away from me.
What is the advocacy that you're engaged in right now?
I'm with the New Hampshire Fathers' Rights Movement. I'm also in plenty of parental rights groups. That's the advocacy that I'm doing. I think all of us deserve equal time with our children. I'm not in any domestic violence groups because I don't want to be seen as a victim. I want to be seen as a survivor that is going to fight for my daughter. I have 15 years worth of documentation to show her when and if she's ready that I never stop fighting for her.
That's key. That they to keep that fight, to keep that communication and be out there. And one day our children will come back and we will be able to share with them and dispel the mistruths and the lies and the spins our kids have been told.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
there's been a lot of stories, and
Yes.
the visitation centers, and the visitation center lied, and I proved that too. So not only did he commit perjury, but so didn't the administrator from the Greater Nashua Supervised Visitation Center. And lo and behold, they closed after I proved it, rather than hold them accountable. And Luis Petrillo, I'm talking to you.
You keep forging ahead.
I will. I
Good.
intend to. I will never stop fighting for my baby, ever.
No. Nope. They know, and we need to keep letting them know that we love them, and we definitely do not want this to happen to other parents. And in turn, really, the biggest victims are the children. And this is generational, and it needs to stop.
And they need to start enforcing court orders. What good is a
Yes.
court order that I can use for toilet paper when it's not enforced? I have a court order for telephone calls. That's not happened. We're on the 4th court order for counseling. That hasn't happened. So where's the enforcement? What good are these court orders if they're not being enforced?
Right, the accountability.
There's
Exactly.
none. There's
None.
absolutely none. They'll close the place before they open it up.
Yes.
Which is true with the Greater Nashua Visitation Center.
Yes. Wow. Thanks for sharing that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Noreen, please introduce yourself and explain, if you would, your involvement with the. I love your hat. I keep looking at your hat instead of your beautiful eyes. Pardon me, but it's wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And this is, we had a screening here in the Boston area on Thursday for the Erase a Family film. And we actually, we had the tickets, but we also were selling these hats, and there's also shirts. And I can send you links that we're using those so we can have seed money, because the goal is to get the film shown in colleges around the various campuses. That really is the age that the film was created for, and it's twofold. One is they're no longer at home, they're at a university, so they can begin to start thinking about and reflecting about their life and begin the reunification process. The other component of showing the film at the college age is they're our next generation workforce. So when we hear stories, there's a problem with some systems. So if we can get the next generation of the workforce, get them information, get them trained early on, that will help change all of these systems faster rather than being an uphill battle. But yes, I'm also an erased mom. I have two children they're both in college. I am completely blocked, but occasionally I'll get, just random messages asking, not asking, maybe demanding money. The details, are kind of irrelevant for my story because it seems to have overlap with so many others. I just want to keep focusing on helping and supporting other people, and especially the kids, to move them forward. And kids need both their parents. And we know through the research that the substance abuse rate is higher, suicide is higher. They're just going to repeat this type of family dynamic. And I don't want that 22 million number to increase. I want that to be gone.
And what is that number, so that they'll
There's
have some clarity?
22 million erased parents from this dynamic of being erased. And we talk about the parental alienation sets of behaviors through a high conflict divorce. So you hear stories of parents, abandoning, but it's not, often that abandonment is not the right word. They've been erased.
Thank you, Noreen. You said a couple of things. And first, with respect to erased families, could you give them a website, those that may be listening?
Thank you. Yes, if you want to know more about the film and Erasing Family, just go to erasingfamily.org. You can book screenings for your communities directly through the website. There's information there. The other thing you can do is, if you sign up and it says get involved, become an ambassador, then that opens a whole portal of resources. And then I have 3 times a week, I have office hours where I send out Zoom links, and then we can work collaboratively to book those films in your communities, in your schools, and with organizations, whether it be with the law firms, with government agencies, also with mental health counselors, so focusing on the professionals. And somebody just wrote, let's see, this is a huge difference between abandonment, estrangement, and parental alienation.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. They are two very different things. And I actually have a video on YouTube explaining the difference. Yes. But, it's part of the spin. When you are erased, when there's PA behaviors, the pathogen will end up saying things like, well, your mother, your father abandoned you. Yeah, they mince words. Oh, there's another one. Let's see.